Your goal should not be page one of Google.
No. It sounds great, but it is definitely an SEO vanity metric.
Welcome to Duo on Air, where we help you get seen, remembered, and wildly obsessed over by your audience. We're your hosts, Abby
and Courtney, a pair of ex-agency besties who ditched the cubicles, the Minneapolis skyways, and the corporate jargon for work that matters, with people who inspire us every day. Today, we're a women-powered marketing agency serving brands worldwide, bringing those big agency results without the corporate price tag.
Around here, it's all about what actually grows your business: branding, SEO, websites, and navigating the real-life ups and downs of building a dream while raising tiny humans. We're moms, wives, and best friend business partners in the trenches with you, making the hard stuff feel easy and a whole lot more fun.
So pour a fresh cup, get comfy, because you're exactly where you need to be.
Let's duo this. Welcome back to the Duo on Air podcast. This is episode number 217, and today we're going to build an SEO strategy that actually supports your bottom line. I think a lot of times we think about an SEO strategy and we think, I want to show up on the first page of Google for this keyword.
That is literally what every client says. They're I think a lot of people take SEO equals ranking number one on Google.
Yeah. And then my question is, what do you think that does for you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Or okay, so you do rank number one on Google for what and for why, and what is the goal?
Yeah.
What do you want?
There's a deeper meaning behind it. SEO should have a strategy behind it that actually supports the growth of your business. And I think a lot of times we are so focused on rankings. Mm-hmm. We're so focused on where we sit, what page we sit on, what keywords we sit on, that we forget that SEO is a marketing strategy, and there are so many businesses that sit on page one, position one at the very top, that are absolute crap that probably don't get business.
Right. And I think we talked about this on an episode a while ago, but it's kind of one of those vanity metrics of SEO. Mm-hmm. I need to be on page one of Google.
Yes.
And you're like, okay, well, that's
my rankings fell. Please help me.
Yeah, I'm on page 3. I'm not on page 1 anymore.
And I know rankings lead to traffic, clicks lead to people are in your website, which then the more opportunities for people to jump into your website, the more conversion opportunities you have. So I get that, but there's so many other things that happen too. Things that happen between I see you on Google, I click on your website, and then I inquire or I buy. There's so many things that have to happen in between that are reflective. Is your brand, is your messaging, is your UX strategy, is the navigation, is the experience, is everything working together to make that sale? So it's just so much bigger than I want to rank.
Page one.
Yeah.
I need more eyes, and more eyes equal, or page one equals more eyes. Mm-hmm. But not all of those eyes that click on your website are going to click and then buy. That's not the user journey.
Yeah. So that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about building an actual SEO strategy, a real one that actually brings you results. And we're going to break it into 5 steps. So here is how you are going to do it. And this is for you if, say, you've never done SEO, you know you need SEO. It's maybe this buzzword that you're I know I need SEO. I'm never going to understand it. I need to hire someone for it. I just know I need it, and you just don't know where to go from there.
Mm-hmm. So the first one is starting with revenue before keywords. I think a lot of people too, when they think about SEO, they jump straight to keywords. They're what are the keywords that I need? Or I thought I had the keywords I needed, and they're not working. So this really helps you prioritize what pages to focus your energy on. So what is actually making you money? What service has the best margin? What product is your best seller? Those are the places that you're going to want to think of and start.
Yeah. Especially if you there are so many product businesses that we work with that have hundreds of pages, whether it's category pages or product pages. And it can feel so overwhelming to look at that and be where do I even start? How do I optimize all this? We have a handful of people inside our SEO on Tap course who have pages, and over the last year and a half have been slowly prioritizing what pages to optimize and seeing some insane traffic increases, even though their entire website isn't optimized. And that's totally fine. You have to prioritize the things that are actually going to drive you revenue over just, I need to go through my website like a checklist.
Right. You don't need to focus on optimizing the whole thing at once. Start with the main drivers.
Yeah.
And which is kind of exciting, right? Like starting with the ones that are already kind of working for you, but making them better.
Yeah. Yes. So SEO is not a one and done thing. It is something that will evolve and grow with you. So keeping that in mind, and first starting with understanding what pages are going to drive the biggest impact for you. And then number 2, so once you've identified those, what are my best-selling products, best-selling services? What are my best traffic pages? Different things like that. Then you are going to optimize those pages. You're going to optimize the pages that already sell, that already are profitable, that are already things that are working for you, and that you want to work even harder. So before you start creating any new content, I'm saying like blog post, or I'm going to create a new resource guide or a new freebie, I want you to focus on these pages that actually make you money. And here's what we typically do anytime we're going to optimize a new page. We are going to do competitive research. We're going to see who is ranking for this type of product or offering right now, and what does that page look like. I just want you to view it like a shopper. Just Google some keywords, see who's ranking right now, and just look at it and be like, do I like this? Do I not like this? What's this experience like? What do I think of the branding? Right. I mean, the offer, like,
is there something that they're doing that I'm missing out, like an opportunity? Yeah.
Red flags to watch for.
Yes.
What don't I like? And also keeping in mind, they're on page 1. So for some reason, Google likes something, and what kind of assumptions can you make on why are they page 1?
Right.
Like, what's working for them? So that's step number 1. Step 2 is on doing keyword research. So what keywords do I need to optimize these pages for? So that is something, this is a huge thing that we walk through all throughout SEO on Tap, is how to do keyword research in a way that's actually going to drive traffic for you. And knowing your competitors that get traffic on page 1, it's sometimes backing into those keywords and using a tool like Uber Suggest to help you back into what pages are getting traffic from page 1 and what are the keywords that people are typing in. So that keyword research kind of comes second. And then you're going to use that knowledge, that newfound knowledge that you have about this offering, about the keywords people are searching for, the competitors that are ranking on page 1. And then you're going to optimize your page. So you're going to tweak your headline to make sure the keyword's in there. You're going to might adjust your copy to include more content. 300 words is minimum what you should have. And I can't tell you how many times I see service pages or product pages use barely any words at all.
So few words, yeah. Yes. And I think sometimes people like that from a visual perspective, but honestly, if you think about the way that you shop or that like your audience shops, sometimes I want more information than less, right?
Yeah.
I want to know if I'm buying a product, I want to know the ratings. I want to know, if it's an outfit, I want to know the sizes. I want to see the sizes on different models. I want to know how it fits. I want to know what it's made out of.
Yeah.
And there are so many things that you can say on these pages, whether it's services or products, that people want to know. The more vague you are, the less people are going to stick around because they don't know exactly what's included.
The more questions people are going to have. And also, if people are turning to ChatGPT and saying, I need X, Y, and Z, and here's the specifications, here's the color I want, here's like all of these minute details, if you don't have that on your page, you're never going to be an answer.
Right.
So it's not that everyone has to read every word on your page. Correct. It's just that the words have to be there for the questions that certain people are going to ask. So you're going to optimize your copy, and then your SEO titles and your meta description. So that blue clickable link on Google, the black description text underneath, and whatever comes after your .com. So your URL slug. You're going to optimize those with your keywords because that's where it matters most. And you'll notice when you did that competitive research of who's showing up on Google, they're likely using the words that you typed into the search bar in that blue clickable SEO title. So making sure you do all of that for each of these pages. And again, the goal is to do this for your entire website. But at the end of the day, prioritize the revenue first.
Yes.
I know we are talking to, this is the situation, you just don't have a lot of time, none of us have time. And so we're trying to squeeze in all of these opportunities to make improvements on our website with very little time. And you can, if you dedicated just 1 hour every month even, and then by the end of the month or the end of the year, you had 12 pages that were better optimized. That's amazing.
Yes.
Like that's likely more than you did last year. So just take it slow and set aside a little bit of time to prioritize your updates and really do them on the pages that are going to bring in the revenue.
And it can seriously be as simple as 1 hour.
Yeah. Seriously. And the more you do it, the better you'll get at it. The easier it will get. It will take you a little bit longer for the first page, but the more you do it, the easier it will come.
Yes. The third one, creating content exactly for your audience. So a huge opportunity that we see with our clients miss out on is local business growth. We talked about this last week in episode 216. Your Google business profile growth is one thing, but content is another opportunity.
Yeah. And this is what I think blows people's minds, is that you don't always have to share content related to what you do.
Yeah.
Just because you paint houses doesn't mean that you can't talk about things that homeowners would be interested in. Just because you're a therapy company doesn't mean you can't share things that are happening in your neighborhood.
Right.
Like there are so many opportunities for you to reach your audience outside of just the unique offering that you have. So I'm going to share a few examples of content that is working really well for our clients that kind of gives you some like real life examples. So for example, if you paint homes, what are the best paint stores in the area that you are located in? For a therapy company, what are the best kid-friendly things to do in this area to decompress? For a tour company, so this company specifically is in Italy, so they created some ultimate guides to Veneto. I'm going to say it.
It seems like Veneto. I'd go with
Veneto. I know. Every time I talk with her, I'm like, did I just butcher it? I'm so sorry. My Midwest language.
Hilarious. She probably thinks it's funny.
I know. But they have tours in each specific area. So optimizing for those areas as people are searching for them are really important. Wedding venues. So what are micro trends happening right now in Los Angeles? Like that isn't necessarily related to your wedding, but it gives you this like hyper local focus on something that people are also searching for. For a physical therapy clinic, what are some fun and healthy winter things to do in the city that you're located in? So because likely their audience is looking for healthy ways to move their body. Otherwise, they wouldn't be looking for a physical therapy opportunity.
And
either.
That's one way to bring them into your ecosystem. You're not just talking about your services or trying to get them in your doors. You're also giving them tips, tricks, like things that they can do in that localized area that still relate to the business somehow or another. There's some sort of a connection, but you're not saying, hey, come to our clinic. But because you pull them in through some of that relatable informational content, now they know you. Yeah. Now they can look at more of what you have to offer, and they might start to trust you a little bit more. So now they're going to remember you. So when they do need a physical therapy or a therapist, they're going to remember you. They're going to come back to you.
Yeah. And that's the whole goal. So I'll give you one more example for a client that we're working with right now. And I see this oftentimes when someone is offering a service that isn't really well known. So we're working on some SEO for a local client, and they offer aquamation, which is for pets specifically, which is pet cremation, but it's more sustainable and it uses a water-based cremation process. No idea it exists. I'm a pet owner. I have like lost a dog, and I did not go through like the cremation process or anything like that, but I had no idea this existed, nor would I Google it.
I had no idea it existed either. Yeah. But now that I know about it, I'm intrigued, and I want to, you want to know more, and you're like, what is this? You want to know about it.
And so that's something where likely people aren't searching for that. People might be searching for cremation, or like for my situation, it was so shocking in the moment that I just relied on my vet to tell me everything, and I didn't actually do any research.
Yep.
So how do you get in front of your audience? Because guess what? There are so many pet owners in the Minneapolis Twin Cities area, like so many. So you have just tons of people. But if you have blog content all the time where you're only talking about like end of life services, one, that can be kind of hard as a business owner because that's pretty sad. And also that's only one stage of your audience's journey. That's the end stage. By the time they get to the end stage, don't you want to have already built that relationship with them and like created that experience. So yes, it might be beautiful that they found you at the end of the life stage, but likely a lot of pet owners get another pet. They're going to be there because pets sadly don't live forever, even though we would love them to. So it's like, how can we think about pet owners through the entire journey? Like, let's talk about the best dog parks. Let's talk about vitamins and supplements you can add so they can live the longest, healthiest life. Let's talk about the best small pet businesses to support in X location. And now all of a sudden these are opportunities for you to capture your audience before they need you.
Yes.
Because again, it's not something that they're going to search for in the moment. So that's the power of content.
Yes. Yes.
Capturing people earlier. So that's number 3. So before we jump into the last 2, just a quick little summary of all of these. We're going to start by thinking about your revenue first. What pages are you going to focus your energy on? What are the services and the products that are most profitable to you? You're going to optimize those pages. And after you've optimized those pages, now you're going to create some content for your audience. You're going to create content that matches them throughout their entire journey and something that is very specific to them. So like we just talked about, all of this local content that you can create. Okay, so number 4, know your goals. We talked about this at the beginning. Your goal should not be page 1 of Google.
No. It sounds great, but it is definitely an SEO vanity metric.
It is, for sure.
Because if you don't have goals as to why you want to be there, then your audience is never going to know what your goal is either. Like when they land on your page, like what do they need to do? Where are they going to navigate? What is the purpose of them being there? What are you teaching them? All of those things. So you really need to think about what that end goal is and that user journey.
And what is that goal doing for you?
Yeah.
Like, great, I'm on page 1 of Google. Would you like a badge? Like,
what is that one example? Right. What is that one example of, it was, I can't remember if it was a interior design studio or no, a cabinet studio. What was it?
Oh,
the blog that drove so much traffic, but it didn't help them.
So it was a company that, and I think I've talked about this before, but it was a company that creates luxury custom cabinets.
There you go.
For homes. Luxury custom cabinets. Their number 1 traffic driver, created by the SEO agency that worked for them, was how to DIY your kitchen cabinets.
Luxury?
Not the same
DIY, not the same
So
thing.
guess what? They had oodles of traffic. They showed up on page 1 of Google. They had so much traffic, but no one was booking services.
And why is that? Because that goal, that content was not the right content.
I am someone who would DIY my kitchen cabinet. I am not someone who would pay someone, especially a luxury cabinet maker. I mean, by default, my dad couldn't build beautiful cabinets.
Yes.
So, I'm a special human here. But I would say, like, in terms of, it just wouldn't be me because that's not where I would spend my dollars.
Right. And think about that user journey. Somebody lands on that blog post and they're like, maybe it was a great blog. Sure, whatever. It was driving a lot of traffic and it was ranked really high in Google. But they land on that website and then they realize that that whole entire website is all a luxury cabinet business and they can't. It's
misaligned.
Yeah. That user journey has to have been so frustrating for them if they wanted to learn more about that business or whatever it might be because it doesn't match.
Yeah. So even though this is number 4, this could like truly be number 1, is really taking time to understand your goals at a deeper level. I don't want your goals to be, I want to rank on page 1. Like, please don't have that be your goal because it like Court said, it's basically like you coming to us and saying, I want 1 million followers on Instagram.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean anything.
Go viral.
Yeah. I want to go viral. I want to go viral on the Googles. Yes. So one of the things that we have inside module 1 of SEO on Tap is a goals and analytics tracker. And I freaking love this tracker because it actually helps you understand what metrics matter. So things like, what's my authority? How does Google measure my authority? How many keywords am I indexed for? Am I getting any traffic from these search engines? And then are people talking about me? Like, do I have any links on other people's websites that is contributing to my authority? And understanding these metrics help you understand now, okay, what additional, like what kind of growth do I want to see? But then going even deeper, how am I going to track that growth? So what's that traffic going to do for me? How can I understand what the best performing pages are? So you need tools in place. You need Google Search Console, which tells you how you perform on Google. You need Google Analytics, which tells you how your website performs overall. So one of my favorite things to look at for Google Analytics is actually your engagement rate. I think that tells such a strong story of after the click, what happens. So great, this page is performing wonderfully on Google, but like you're seeing the traffic and you're seeing the clicks, but are people staying? What's that engagement rate? We want something like 70, 80%. And that high percentage of an engagement rate means that people are taking action on that page, spending time on that page, and they're likely your ideal audience. So now you can make that assumption that, okay, I'm ranking for the right keywords and the right audience because they're staying on my page. And then you can advance one step further and get a tool called Google Tag Manager, and you can actually track the conversions. This is where the analytics actually matter. This is where you can see my traffic has increased in Google Search Console and people are submitting my contact form, or people are purchasing my product, and you are seeing a sales lift or a lead or an inquiry lift, and you know that it's coming from search. So this is where the vanity metrics go away, and you actually see like
the real data.
I'm getting real traffic. So, and then finally, number 5, you should really turn SEO into a habit and not a chore. Like we talked about at the beginning, is you shouldn't be focused on, I have to do all of this and get it done with. I have to optimize my entire website and then just move on.
It's an ongoing process. It always will be.
Which might be like depressing, but also like it can be a good thing.
Fun too, right? Like again, chores aren't fun. So if you make it like
it's not a chore,
it's not a chore,
habit.
Right? It's a habit. So you need to change your mindset on it, right? And like it actually should be something that kind of excites you. Like as you continue to work on it and you continue to improve it and make it better, and just knowing that there's no finish line, right? Like you're never going to get to a finish line. You're never going to be like, and I did the SEO. I did it.
I did it.
You know, so it's just having that mindset too. And like if you do these things, like we mentioned earlier, like you focus on the driving pages that are already performing well and make them perform better, and then go to the next set or whatever it might be. Again, you don't have to do it all overnight.
Wouldn't it be lovely if you could just be like, I completed the workout plan and now I'm healthy for life? Like that would be amazing.
I wish. Right.
It's the same thing. Your SEO health is like the same kind of thing where you have to continue to modify it. It's going to get easier as you go, just like working out is. Like the first time you do it, it's really freaking hard. And then as you get stronger and as you like learn what works for you and your body and when to work out and when to do X, Y, and Z, then all of a sudden it becomes a little bit easier. And SEO is the same way. And I feel like I need both of those. Like I need the habit of the healthy working out in my life now.
Yeah, same.
But some of the most common questions that we get from people are, how often do I need to write blogs? Or do I need to change my words, like keywords that I'm using on certain pages? Or, okay, so in step 2, right, we told you to go optimize these pages. When do I do that again? Like, these are questions we get all the time. And our answer is typically always the same, is that you should focus on consistency and quality over quantity.
And I think a lot of people don't like hearing that, because I think like, which actually it's a better answer if you think about it, because you're doing less and you're doing it more strategic. But I think a lot of people think that if they can just like sit down and whip out 30 blogs and then post those, they're good. And that's not. So
I had a question recently and someone was like, this blog is really long. Would you recommend breaking it into like 5 blogs? And I was like, no, I wouldn't. I would rather you post that one blog and then make another blog 1 month later, just as high quality as that blog, than create 5 low quality, low content blogs. Right. Just to publish more consistently.
Yes.
The high quality is going to do you so much better. And it's no longer this one keyword per blog situation. It's that the content and the structure, if your blog is structured really well, that one blog that's written with really high quality content can perform for multiple keywords. And that's the goal, is like, let's work smarter, not harder.
Right.
So, and then when it comes to updating pages, you shouldn't have to update your core pages unless you look at your analytics and you see that things aren't converting, or you see that your engagement rate is low. Like, yes, those are signs that maybe you're optimizing for the wrong keyword. but you use the data to guide that decision. And as long as you know what your goals are, then it's going to be really easy to know when to update those pages.
Yes, exactly.
But you have to know those goals, because just ranking on page 1 isn't going to drive
not a specific enough goal.
No, it's not. So one of the new modules we added recently inside SEO on Tap was the SEO maintenance module, which is like one of my favorites and something that so many of our SEO on Tap students still use. We have people who have been inside the course who join like every live Q&A we have and are just constantly following this process of SEO being a habit and updating their content. And I absolutely love that. Like, it's the whole point of the course was that this is something that you can use forever. Like you are a lifetime member and a student. And so being able to maintain your performance and understand how to continue to grow, again, really leaning into the long form growth, is so important. So we added an SEO maintenance module all around how to continue to update and maintain and create this like healthy SEO habits. So really, you're going to, like, a few things that I want you to kind of focus on for this, because we kind of went through, right, these 5 big things that you can do to really build an SEO strategy that's focused on revenue. So a few highlights. I want you to make sure that you have the right tools set up. I want you to monitor things in tools like Google Search Console, see how content is performing. You are going to focus on updating your content using data, like using the actual data of what's working, engagement rate, conversion, what your goals are, all of that. And everyone's going to have unique goals. Like, I can't sit here and tell you that everyone's going to have the same goal. It's going to be a little bit different based on what your business is and who you're going after and who your audience is. And then you're going to focus on creating new content too. That's going to focus all around number 3, reaching your ideal audience and creating that content that reaches them at every point of the journey. And then you're not going to panic, because guess what? The search, like, I can't tell you, I will say this over and over and over and over again. Do not panic when you see rankings dip. Do not panic when everyone out there is talking about how SEO has changed or SEO is dead. It's not going to disappear overnight.
It's like, it's just fear marketing that is so unnecessary. So
it really is. It really is. And I think sometimes, so even going back to like the analytics that we were talking about of like, okay, what's your domain authority? What's your traffic? What keywords are indexed? I have seen clients dip in all 3, or like maintain a domain authority, but lose keywords and lose traffic, but have better conversion. And that is what matters.
Yes.
So again, just because you're losing certain keywords, those keywords probably never mattered anyways.
Right.
And if you're losing a little bit of traffic, but the traffic that's coming in is higher quality, well, I would much rather have that.
Absolutely. I'd much rather have that, less traffic that converts than a ton of traffic that doesn't do anything.
Yes. So you have to look deeper, and that's why you need these tools. You need these tools to allow you to look deeper rather than looking at like the high level piece of it.
Yes.
So if this is something where you're like, okay, I think I can do it. Like, we know you can. We are hosting a couple of free trainings starting this week, and we are going to help simplify this all even more for you. So if you're leaving this feeling overwhelmed, 1, go look at the show notes, because sometimes seeing these steps kind of written out in an order for you can like be a whole lot easier than just listening to us talk.
Right.
So go look at that. But also go to duocollective.com/make-SEO-easy. I think we have a redirect for Make SEO Easy to make it real easy. Or we probably have a Screamer banner on our website right now.
Yes.
So you can just go sign up for it. Save your seat, because we are going to break down how to make SEO easy in 2026. Because right now, everyone is trying to make it super complicated.
Yes.
And it doesn't have to be.
Nope.
It's like, so like, we're not going to sit here and be like, you need a GEO strategy and you need an SEO strategy and now you need an AI strategy. Like, we're not We're not going to do that.
You still just need to go back to the basic fundamental rules of SEO. That's really as simple as it is.
For real.
And that's what we teach you.
For real.
And it doesn't need to be scary.
I know. So we're going to break it all down for you in this training. So go sign up for it, save your seat, and definitely go to the show notes. Use this as your little guide as you build your SEO habits for the new year.
It's time for a refill. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Duo on Air.
If you loved hanging out with us today, here are 3 quick ways to support the show. 1, subscribe so you never miss a new episode.
2, share this episode with a biz bestie and tag us on Instagram at duo.collective.
And 3, leave a review because we love hearing from you.
Finally, keep sharing your episode ideas. We love creating content for you. Head over to duocollective.com to catch up on all the latest episodes, brand and website makeovers, SEO tips, and so much more.
See you there. Let's duo this thing called business together.